All right, we have the Jacksonville Junior Roller Derby going up against the Crooked River Roller Girls.
It's going to be a hot second. We're still missing our head ref is not yet on, and we're missing some OPRs, I see, as well. So it'll be a split second here. Yeah, so Jacksonville and Crooked River have both played a handful of games so far this weekend.
Absolutely. Both teams have done very well. Crooked River did a great job yesterday. They went the Cincinnati Roller Girls, who we just saw play the last game. And this morning, this morning they played Columbia.
Yeah, they played Columbia. It was the first game of the day. It was, I think, it was a handful of points at the end. I know going into the last jam, it was a 1-point game.
Oh yeah, it was a very exciting game. I was glad
intense
to do the call on that one. And Jacksonville has had a good weekend so far, playing against FOCO. Let's see. Yes, that was game 2. Jacksonville against FOCO. Jacksonville pulling ahead on that one. And this will be the only game they have today. The second game they played yesterday was against Cincinnati. So it promises to be a good game today.
It's going to be a matter of if Crooked River can handle the speed of Duval. Duval runs a fast game. Their jammers skate like speed skaters. It was what Philly had. Philly? Is that who they played earlier? No, that was Attack Pack. Attack Pack and Duval play so similarly, and they both wear purple. So sometimes I get them confused.
Well, you're not.
And they both have a jammer that is number 62.
Well, you're not off base because some of the Jacksonville skaters skate for Attack.
That's what I thought.
So having very similar styles is pretty much essential.
The number 62 I'm thinking about is the one that's on the line.
That's right. We have Olivia Glisson. We have Olivia Glisson taking the line for Jacksonville, going up against Rainstorm for Crooked River, and we're off.
Glisson does a lot of line work, going back and forth to make her own spaces for herself. She's able to get past on the outside line, gaining the first lead jammer for Duval. Crooked River, Rainstorm almost got through at the top of the pack. It's going to have to contend with those recycled blockers. Forearm going to number 8, Hines from Duval. Got a clockwise block being issued. It was the Duval block pivot on that one. Sorry. And 0 points for Crooked River, 4 points going up for Duval.
All right, we have Devious taking the line for Crooked River, going up against Purple Warrior for Duval. Both of these jammers have had great weekends thus far, putting a lot of great points on the board. Their laterals and their foot control have been amazing all weekend.
Devious is one of those juke, push, and jump kind of jammers. Purple Warrior likes to use her edge work a lot like that. She just juked and then jumped past the apex. Meanwhile, Purple Warrior is much more of a glider. She uses her edge work to kind of cut through packs.
Yeah, Devious is definitely using a lot of power whenever she gets caught in the walls, whereas you see Purple Warrior, she will push, but she always tries to find the hole in the wall and push through there, whereas Devious, we've seen a couple of games with her where she just gets in the pack and pushes them until they're out of play.
She creates her own offense.
Yeah.
4 points going up for Duval, 8 points for Crooked River. So even up game after 2 jams.
Taking the line for Duval.
It's Rosie the Riveter for Crooked River. It's hard with the ponytail to see the number at first.
I know, I should know that by now. I've called the Crooked River a couple of times, but I keep getting it mixed up. But River is down 1 blocker on this one. Let's see what Elena Young has to do for it. And Elena Young is through and gets the lead jam.
Packs haven't been too fast so far. Duval hasn't needed to access their fast packs in order to keep Crooked River at bay. We got a back block going to
42 blue.
It's an adrenaline rush. Coming in and just attacking the middle of the pack is Young. A multiplayer block going to AK-47 as a result. That's the other thing about these Duval jammers. They are not afraid to just throw their bodies into tripods. The result can sometimes be that blockers panic and penalties are pulled as a result. Jam is called. 24-5 points up for Duval, nothing for Crooked River. 33-8. We got 26 minutes left in the period.
And we have number 7, Martin, taking the track for the jammer. I think this may be the first time I've seen her on the jammer line for Crooked River, going against 530 Sacagawea.
She definitely jammed a few times in the Cincy game.
Ah, thank you.
But she was not in regular rotation.
Okay.
Taking advantage of all the space to the outside. Pack got really smushy on the inside line and just kind of lured the blockers into a false sense of security and then took the outside to gain lead jammer is Sacagawea. Martin still fighting with the pivot at the very back of the pack. That's 101 Cantrell.
Cantrell has been doing great for Duval this weekend as well as for Tap. The game that Tap had last night against Tampa, she took the jammer cover, putting a good number of points on there. She is definitely an aggressive blocker, and that's why she is on Team USA East.
Yes, indeed. Both tripods settling in. Crooked River has more of the cube going than a true tripod.
But excellent defense on both sides, bringing the jammers to a standstill just before turn 3. 43 seconds left in the jam.
Yeah,
no points on the board just yet.
The key with Duval is to limit their movement. If you can limit their movement, you've got a better chance of keeping that jammer stuck. Number 8 came in from the box and played some quick offense, kind of got them moving around. Now she's just kind of an extra body in the middle of their box, though.
Well, AK-47 doing a great job at the head of this tripod, and even using Hines with as one of the blockers against her own jammer.
Out of play block, sending number 8 to the box.
Hines going back to the penalty box for blocking out of play. I think. I saw a penalty be called, but we'll check on that later.
We'll take care of it.
Okay, yeah. And right now we have Olivia Glisson out there going up against Rainstorm for Crooked River.
Rainstorm only has 2 Duval blockers to contend with. Rainstorm helping along the way. And Glisson actually earns a forearm for that little bump out of bounds.
So Crooked River going to enjoy a power jam on this one.
Never mind.
Or not.
Or not.
Or not.
This is something that I saw happen with Crooked River in one of their other games. Whenever they would get a power jam opportunity, often within 15 seconds they would also go to the box, so they'd lose that chance.
Yeah, I can't argue you on that. The jammers for Crooked River have been somewhat penalty prone when it comes to power jam. but they're still doing very well. Like that big jam by Smack is put Duval in the lead just now, but it was a lot of back and forth. And I'm gonna say now, I'd be surprised if we didn't see very many double-digit jams in this game.
Yeah. She got another forearm for that jammer on jammer hit. Glisson's going to sit back down in the box.
And that's 2 penalties on Olivia at the beginning of this game. Not even 10 minutes in.
And a back block sending the pivot to the box. Forearm now sending Cantrell to the box. So Duval again having that penalty trouble that's gotten them into some point trouble in the past.
Rainstorm back in it again, already putting 5 points on the board. Both jammers in the engagement zone.
Kryptonic K with a nice hit out on that one to recycle Duval back.
Crooked River is good, and even just this weekend, you see their lateral movements are getting much better now that they're playing against the Team Florida skaters who really like finding holes on the inside and outside and will go around rather than through, and they've really developed that just this weekend.
Yeah, it's always neat seeing teams that play multiple games, how they start and how they end. So you're absolutely right. The tripods from Crooked River have become a lot more dynamic. Blue 2-7 going to the box for, I believe, a forearm. Meanwhile, Devious sneaking through on the inside, even though Purple Warrior already threw for lead jammer. Purple Warrior bouncing off the tripod, staying on her skate, coming through backwards for 4 points.
And current score is 46 Duval to 15 Crooked River. Right now we have Elena Young taking the line for Duval, going up against Rosie the Riveter. And I remembered. Yay, I made a smart.
2 ponytails cannot defeat us.
All right, Crooked River down 1 blocker at the start of this jam. Excellent 3-person wall off of the jammer line. Elena Young finds a hole outside, gets through for your lead jam.
And a cut track being earned by Young. Sometimes jammers hear that no pack call and they think they're safe.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little rhyme. It's no pack, go back. Out of play, you're okay.
I like that. I'm going to use that one.
That was Cilantro from Mass Maelstrom gave me that because he always forgets everything. So he gave me his rhyme.
Duval doing some good work off of turn 3. That's 119. I'm sorry, 719. Mad Dog Maddie. Brianna Page taking the inside line to form the tripod. Elena Young is through, puts 4 on the board.
Young coming in with speed and breaking through those seams pretty easily. Stop block going to number 8. Oh, she needs to watch her. That's 3 or 4 that Hines has gotten in so far.
At least.
And we're pretty early into this game.
Now, usually, like, I consider the other teams in the penalty box, I consider that free points. But Jacksonville is doing a great job at holding the other team's jammer to where they don't do the pass and stopping the bleeding, as it were.
Yeah, and it looks like there was a star pass violation on that. The pivot had the hat on. but then was being told that she was not the pivot. Now, she did re-enter the pack from the back, but it looks like she's not going to be penalized for it, so she's lucky. That's one of those parts of the rules that we're still figuring out.
Yeah, me and Corey were talking about that earlier. The rules are always evolving, always changing. And let's also keep in mind that all the refs out here are volunteers. There's no roller derby refs college. There's no scholastic achievement. There's no degrees in it. These are people giving up their time, their effort, volunteering, coming out here, helping us out. And Smack with your lead jam for Duval going against Rosie the Riveter.
And we've got, Sophia Scorn is going to take the line for the first time today, or at least in this game. Have to be very specific. And Glisson's back on the line for Duval. Got one blocker in the box for Crooked River, their pivot. So Duval has a blocker advantage. Man, words got hard all of a sudden. I didn't have any coffee after my nap. And with a spin, Glisson survives and comes out as lead jammer. Sophia Scorn tilting her shoulder, using her angles to get past on the outside line. And a little offense from the front. Glisson glides through like it's no big deal. 4 points up for Duval, nothing for Crooked River. While you were talking one of those last jams, I decided to, I don't know why I didn't do this before the tournament, but I looked at the JRDA rankings. So Jacksonville Junior Roller Derby is actually ranked number 4 in the female division of JRDA. Crooked River is number 14. So the fact that they're keeping it this close is amazing. It's really great. Like, it shows so much growth.
Absolutely. Right now we have Purple Warrior with the lead jam for Duval going up against Rainstorm. And in regards to the ranking system, I do have a respect for it, but at the same time, I recall last year Tampa was playing New JAX, and according to the rankings, it was very similar to this. And Tampa kept New JAX within inches for most of the game. So just because it's on there, it doesn't necessarily translate to gameplay, but it is an excellent indicator.
4 points going up for Duval on that one. Nothing for Crooked River. Oh, 5 points. I'm sorry. Late point going up. Well, junior teams are kind of like college football. They're always in flux.
Exactly.
So that can also affect. Flat Track Stats has been lying to me for junior teams this weekend, so I don't know what schedule Crooked River has had. I don't know who they've played. So it could be that they just haven't had true tests of their strength so far. Thus, they don't have the ranking points that Duval has.
Exactly, and that's why the stats definitely help us as announcers figure things out, but you honestly don't know until you've seen them play. And right now, with Duval's lead, a majority of that lead comes from the massive jam that Smack had.
Devious, able to take advantage of a really slow, smushy pack, was able to push her own blocker ahead of Young and then used a little bit of space on the inside line to sneak through. She grabs 2 points. Duval disagrees courteously, but 2 points going up for Crooked River on that one. One going up for Duval. It was really slow at first, and then all of a sudden, a lot of things happened in a very short period of time. 75-22, 13 minutes left in the first period.
And we have Smackajowea going against Rainstorm. Both teams at full strength on blockers.
Crooked River's tripods have been setting up very strong now, these last few jams in particularly. And Duval, as per usual, keeping it slow and steady and just putting Rainstorm into the sad place, not letting her use her edges.
A track called on Smack for Duval. That makes this a power jam for Crooked River.
why I came down to
Wait, Peach Cobbler was in the last one.
Okay, well maybe it's a different thing. Never mind. Okay, stop. My bad. Maybe it was the last game. Sorry.
Rainstorm still fighting during this power jam situation. Crooked River has decided to abandon ship on the offense and just let her suffer since they've got Smackajawea on the way back in. Smackajawea going back to the box for a back block. So now Crooked River has another opportunity to get Rainstorm through and put up some points. Rainstorm not having any luck. And now 22, Kryptonic K will try her skill, see if she'll have any more opportunity against Duval. 20, that is, oh, Evil Apple. And a 1-minute penalty kill by Duval. Crooked River didn't even get out of the pack.
Yeah, the Duval is definitely going into the penalty box like it's going out of style. So far, their lead is keeping them ahead, but those penalties are definitely going to start adding up once they get into the second half, and they have to get rid of some of their key players. And right now we have Glisten out there for Duval going up against Rosie the Riveter.
Pack being real slow, still haven't made it past the pivot line. Now we've got number 20, Scully, getting sent to the penalty box. And Rosie the Riveter has emerged with lead jammer. Something, again, about Duval that they're very successful at is even if they don't get lead, which is rare, they switch to offense so quickly that their jammer is often getting out only a few paces behind the lead.
Absolutely. Duval's been great with their training program for the last couple of years, just being able to switch from offense to defense. They've been cross-training a lot of players to not only be effective blockers, but to be effective jammers in case they need it. And the physical conditioning that Coach Jeff Glisson and all the coaches put them through definitely is going to show in the second half.
Number 123, Purple Warrior, already out and lead. Meanwhile, Starry Skies, typically a pivot for Crooked River. Clockwise block going to Cantrell. She's going to sit down. Starry Sky still fighting. Gets out behind Purple Warrior, who picks up 5 points.
Purple calling it off. I'm going to be interested to see what the penalty tracking is for Duval at halftime, because it seems like those seats are staying warm the entire game.
Yes. And it's funny, it's a lot of the same people who played for TAP.
I wasn't going to point that out, but you do make a good point.
During their game earlier, they were the same people who were also in the box a lot.
Exactly. But as I said, it does show the conditioning that they play for TAP and then they play for Jacksonville and vice versa, and they're still able to keep going at this level. And right now we have Rainstorm out there for Crooked River going against Elena Young. And number 47 took her all the way back to behind turn 4. Excellent blocking on Crooked River's side. They are not out of this yet.
Adrenaline Rush and Sophia Scorn have been working together really well all weekend. I watched them in Cincinnati. They were sort of the duo to beat and would truck and trailer each other a lot and also get into tripods as with whoever else was in their pack. I just remember saying their names a whole lot this weekend.
Absolutely, and the great thing is in July we'll likely be seeing Crooked River at Champs in Philadelphia. I had the pleasure of seeing them there last year, and it was impressive the whole weekend. And Young calls it.
Young bumped out before she could get past any hip, so she doesn't get any points.
So I'm upset with myself that
Sacagawea just grinding in the sat place.
Gracie Knoll for Duval going to the penalty box for direction of gameplay,
And
sending Smack with her 2 for a cut track.
Yeah, number 5, really smart play from her. That was shark bait. Actually did bait Sacagawea into thinking that she was safe, and as soon as she bumped her out of bounds, she just tapped.
And that is what you call strategery.
Devious just hopped a person.
She hopped a human.
Yeah, just like I could go around, but there are people there, so I'm just gonna go over you now. A little toe stop, 180. So good.
And that's why it's good to have good toe stops.
Well, that's something that we've been practicing in the adult league.
Excellent jam by Devious, putting 10 points on the board. I know I shouldn't have said anything about scores because now Devious is just putting me in my place.
Well, I'm fairly certain that's the first time that Crooked River has had more than one pass scored.
I believe you're right.
Yeah. We haven't been having a lot of multi-pass jams. Duval's put a few up, obviously. But this is for the disparity in the rankings. I think a lot of people expected the point spread to be much larger already. So Crooked River able to hold it down and tighten the screws, so to speak. They've probably been watching Duval all weekend going, okay, what can we do to neutralize these specific folks?
Is it just me or you hearing like paint? I don't know if it's, I don't know. But Crooked River is definitely doing some great work out here. They've been putting in 1,000% effort all weekend. It's been a pleasure to see them. Now that we're done with the break, we have Olivia Glisson going against Rosie the Riveter. Duval down 1 blocker at the start of this jam.
Got one blocker in the box. Oops, sorry.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say we have 5 minutes.
Yep. So 1 blocker in the box for Duval. All right, Glisson being recycled back by number 10, the Flying Fish, but she's able to bump through and gain lead jammer. Meanwhile, Rosie the Riveter is still fighting. Glisson coming up, attacking the seam with her hip. She's able to slice through the pack to earn points. And now a strong tripod of Duval at the top, keeping the Rosie the Riveter from escaping. Just leaning the shoulders and getting their bodies underneath hers. And now a similar situation, but a direction of gameplay is going to send number 40 to Adrenaline Rush to the box. AK-47 and Lomas Perfect almost were able to bump her out of bounds. She was able to tilt her shoulder to pick up more points. Meanwhile, Rosie the Riveter finally got some space, jumped the apex to escape. A little twist to the hip, and we get 4 more points up for Duval.
13-point jam for Glisson. Current score 94-35. We have Purple Warrior taking the jammer cover. going up against number 7, Martin.
So tape JJ to the wall. Tampa Juniors are doing a fundraiser, and if you want to tape our friend JJ to the wall, you should go buy tape and support the juniors and watch the hilarity ensue at 4 o'clock.
Purple Warrior gets her lead jam for Duval, finding a hole on the outside of turn 2. Excellent blocking by Crooked River, bringing back Purple Warrior behind the pivot line. We have a successful cover pass off to number 47, but calls it. No points scored on that jam.
On the apex there, Adrenaline Rush cannonballed Megan Yu fall right into the Duval jammer, and it did indeed make her fall.
It's not just a clever name.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was a little ironic. 37 stepping up to the line, Elena Young taking on Rainstorm. Two jammers who have done a lot of work this weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they've definitely earned their smoothies at the end of the night.
Ooh, smoothies. Second only to PB Extreme.
Philly kept talking about how they were getting smoothies after every game, so I'm like, oh, now I want a smoothie. Forearm going to Elena Young. She's going to sit down in the penalty box. That gives Crooked River another power jam. That's at least their 4th. So I always say that power jams will tell you a lot about a team, not only how you handle them defensively, but also offensively. Duval, obviously a very strong defensive team, because despite 4 or 5 power jams in their favor, Crooked River has not put up a lot of points. The most they've put up in a power jam situation is 5.
Absolutely. Duval doing a great job holding the line for their jammer till she gets back. But Crooked River still not out of this yet. Strong 4-person wall just before turn 3, holding up Elena Young fresh out of the penalty box. And Duval now bringing back the Crooked River jammer back to turn 2.
Yeah, Cantrell and Sperling, I believe it was.
And one strategy that I've seen this weekend, but I haven't seen it in a while. Whoop, another forearm. And Elena Young going back to the penalty box for Duval. Crooked River is going to start this jam with a power start.
And they called it off right after she was called on that forearm. I don't know if they knew the penalty had happened or not. Regardless, with the jammer in the box and short 1 Duval blocker, putting Devious out there is a good move.
Absolutely. Devious is going to power through this, I think, because Duval is down 1 blocker at the moment.
And Devious, tentative at first season opportunity, moves her feet and gets through with a little hop.
And we are now just on the jam time. Period clock is over. Devious with your lead jam. Looking for holes, powers through, puts 5 on the board.
So that thing about power jams I was just talking about, you can tell that Crooked River knows this jammer a little better. She likes speed and space, so they had been running at the pack to give her exactly that. And they waited as long as possible before setting up their defense.
And that's the jam. It looks like 9 points. I could be wrong. No, that's 7.
Just 7. Yeah, she only got past a couple on that second pass.
But still, that is impressive to put 7 points on the board in a power jam. Excellent work by Devious. And Crooked River at the halftime, just north of 50 point difference.
Yeah, 94-47. That whistle means officially the half. So we're gonna go. I believe food is shutting down soon, so get your noms. And also buy tape so that you can tape JJ to the wall, because I think that's going to be hilarious. And I think we might have a raffle coming. Oh, there's a Karma. Yay! We do have a raffle. Oh, it's the headphones. Hey, if you put in tickets for the headphones, where's Cookie Jard? I know that she put in tickets for the headphones. We get some Bluetooth stereo headphones here. Get out your tickets, y'all. Number 656141. Again, 656141. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Is it you? Yes. I'm not 53, but you can have the headphones anyway. Someone told her that I was 53 years old, and it made me sad. Like, man. That's... Yes, it is. Congratulations. All right, I'm Chaos.
And I'm Tool Time.
We'll be back in like 10-ish.
You test, test, test. There you go. All right, so those of you out that are looking out in YouTube land or are listening on Facebook Live on the LB page, the juniors so. I believe it. This man just. Oh, look.
Don't take his eyebrows out.
Okay. Okay. We had a special allowance made for Coach B. Oh, the things we do for roller derby.
You can go somewhere to little kids to go get more tape.
I need dollar bills for tape. I need come buy your own, buy a piece of tape.
Hey, Crooked River, 2 minutes.
Here, little miss. I'm buying you a piece of tape. Go on. Get you a piece of tape and put it on. One piece. Okay, never mind. All right. Well, somebody else put it on there then. Is that for 5? 5 pieces of tape, and you're gonna put. Okay. Buster needs 5 pieces of tape. Here, Buster. I'm giving you an extra one, but you get to put 6 on. All right. I'm buying you an extra one. You were second, boy. You better be. You're glad I didn't know. You better be glad. Matter of fact, So how many pieces of tape? If I sell 20 pieces of tape to put you on the wall, will you go? Is that a yes? Y'all, Coach Bill, if I can get 20. All right, we'll have to come back. I got it. Now I got 17. I need $3 more. I'll take it. I'll throw it here. I have $17. They have to go do derby, so we'll, Look, I got 20. Somebody suit Coach Will up. I got 20. All right, I'm gonna sign off for now. We'll come back when Coach Bill gets taped. All right.
All right. I think they're going to continue to tape JJ to the wall. So, if you feel like going out there, you can do that. If you feel like watching roller derby, you can be here with us as Glisten and Devious take the line for the first jam of the second period.
All right, current score is 94-47. Devious doing some work against a strong four-person wall off the jammer line. Glisten still trying to find a hole, but Crooked River not giving her any opportunity, sweeping her to the outside. Crooked River's blocker coming back into play.
Glisten using her hips to spin around the blockers. The blockers responded really well, but then she was, again, it's all about luring them into the sense of security. She was able to bait them to move together in the middle and then took the outside line that they left open. Sometimes it's about developing patterns and then breaking the pattern on purpose.
Okay, I know this is dating myself, but I call it a triple deke, like off of Mighty Ducks, like make them think it's going one way and then go another.
Yeah.
That's just like high school. You're dating yourself.
Devious still in the pack. And with a little, you know what, you can take this. So Sophia Scorn now has the head as Glisten using the outside line to just scoot past Adrenaline Rush. 5 more points going on the board for Glisten. And Cantrell going, hey, I'm here, everyone. I'm here. No, nothing happened. But multiplayer block now being assessed to Devious. She's going to sit down, and she is going to get an insubordination. That's something, actually, I've been surprised that we haven't seen more of those this weekend. A lot of skaters have been using a majority of the track to get to the penalty box.
I'm so glad someone brought that up. I've been wondering what's going on with that.
I think a lot of times we just haven't been looking for it. These games have been pretty intense all weekend long.
Absolutely.
And I think it's just been low on the band. Like there's only so much you can do.
Well, when they changed the rule to where you can go either direction, that was a great idea. But then as you see them going through where the refs are skating, they're like, did they change the rule on me and I didn't know?
No, and that's oftentimes you'll see it missed when if the pack is in the first straightaway and moving and they get called from the back of the pack and they'll leave the track out of eyesight. Purple Warrior through for a quickly jammer Rainstorm, now using her side surf to try and get through. It's not successful. Clockwise block sending a Duval blocker to the box. I did not see the number. Purple Warrior and Rainstorm coming out of the pack at the same time, but Purple Warrior with points. And she's going to call it off before Rainstorm can score. 114-47, 27 minutes left in the game.
Devious was the jammer in the last one. Okay, there was a couple.
All right, and we have Elena Young out there for Duval. And that looks like Rosie the Riveter, and so it is. Taking the line for Crooked River. Current score is 114-47. Duval doing a great job holding them at that 47 mark.
Both teams down a blocker at the start, so using a tripod formation. Purple 1-7 going to the box for a multiplayer block. Oh, I'm sorry, 1-3. I misheard the number. Oh, 0-4-7 for blue, also going for a multiplayer block. That was the miscommunication on my end. Young through with lead. Scoring points, gets the information to call it from the bench. 2 points go up, 116 to 47, just under 26 minutes. I think we still got some stuff being sold back here, yeah?
I believe we do. We still have plenty of baked goods available for the juniors to help them get to nationals. We still have the Wrecking Mall available. And we still have the custom Spring Break Swarm 2018 station open, as well as food available.
Excellent. Number 7, Martin on the line for Crooked River. And number 62, Glisten for Duval, who is out with lead jammer.
Both blockers standing in the penalty box.
Hop over the apex, using her high knees as Glisten. So often we label them as apex jumps when they're really just really tall steps. You're just picking the feet up to get past people.
Yeah, there's a difference between an apex jump and an apex skip.
Yeah. There has been a star pass. Now Megan Ufall is the one dealing with the Duval tripod. Crooked River tripod recycling to the front. AK-47 and Kryptonic K can't quite keep in Glisten. Megan Ufall now being recycled back. Trying it again. Forearm going to...
That's Ari Cantrell getting the forearm penalty, and Megan Ufall going out. I didn't catch the
It was
penalty.
an out-of-play block.
Ah.
Or out-of-bounds block, it would have been. I'm sorry.
No, thank you very much.
Contact penalty. It was a contact penalty.
So right now, Duval is going to enjoy a power start, courtesy of Purple Warrior. Duval down one blocker.
Duval setting up on the inside line. They don't even have to throw the screen. You saw them lining up like they were going to, if necessary, just sweep. What wasn't needed.
That's something impressive that we've seen from these games, that their jammers are strong enough on their own that they don't need offense unless absolutely necessary to power through these walls.
And I will say that sometimes the distraction offense can be just as effective as making a hole.
Absolutely.
To make them go, oh look, they're going to do this, and then they brace up a little bit more towards the inside, that leaves some space on the outside, and that's how Warrior got through. And now Megan Ufall is back and engaged with the pack. Trying to use the inside line. There was a little bit of space provided for her. Purple Warrior back in. Getting through on the outside line. Clockwise block, sending a Duval blocker to the box. Megan Ufall being recycled all the way back. And successful hat pass. Duval tried to stop that from happening. Not able to do it. Let's see final point count. I believe it's 21-0 on that jam. 156-47. Duval's just been steadily pulling away since the second half has started.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of game changes happen in the second half. We saw it happen in Tampa yesterday. It's definitely great to have an intermission to where you can work out a strategy to see what's going to be working best for you. Also to have the cool down period to get out of your head for the game. And right now we have Elena Young going up against Rainstorm.
I heard a whistle, Rainstorm cut track. She had been fighting against Buckeye Brawler, and Brawler was obviously able to help pull that cut track. And now Buckeye Brawler is going to the box for the same penalty.
Both teams' jammers definitely doing a lot of work against these tripods. Both teams doing great jobs, and then they're breaking off to do individual blocking, which doesn't necessarily stop them, but if it takes their momentum, they have to build that back up, and that's really going to tear down their endurance.
Yeah, the key with the individual blocking is being able to not just hit that jammer, but being able to catch. And you're seeing, I'm seeing a lot of the individual blockers not get enough oomph to get in front of the jammer to stand them up or to slow down their momentum enough for their team to catch. That's something FOCO is very good at. They catch, and the rest of their team comes to meet them, as opposed to swinging and just trying to hope for the best. It's like that last-ditch swing.
Exactly.
Glisten.
Right. Glisten with your lead jam for Duval. Going up against Rainstorm for Crooked River on this one.
Rainstorm came out of the box and just used her momentum from them not looking, it seemed like, just to take the inside line on that apex.
And that's 2 points on the board for Duval. And I have a question for you as a skater. How happier, is it different now that positional blocking is for roller derby as opposed to back in the day when it was a lot of heavy hits?
So the game has changed in such a way that every game is going to be a little different, and games are way more staccato now than they were even 2 years ago. You can even see it in this game. Sometimes it's really grinding and really heavy. You have to be a good pusher, and then other times it's spread out, so you have to be able to duck and weave and move your feet to survive. So if anything, it's about diversity and having many tools in your toolbox. These two jammers, both excellent at it. Oh, but Devious going to sit down for a high block as Purple Warrior is coming through on her initial her first scoring pass. But the cut track is going to even it up. So
there we go.
There we go. Lead has been lost. Devious is going to get a chance to take advantage of a very short power jam.
And I did get the chance to see her at the penalty box. She was ready to go the moment that she took a seat and popped right out ready to do some damage.
A low block sending Devious back. Forearm had been issued, I believe, to a Crooked River blocker. So now Purple Warrior gets her power jam opportunity yet again. Forearm now sending Starry Skies to the penalty box.
Purple Warrior powers through, trying to get through on the inside of turn 3, taken back by Crooked River.
Low block going to number 63, Noel. Only one Crooked River blocker left on the... Oh, no, we do have two. One was hiding.
Excellent footwork by Purple Warrior on the inside of turn 3, powering through, getting another 4 points on the board for Duval.
Devious playing a little jammer defense just to help out because the pack was so short. As soon as the jammer got through, she switched tactics and went to that very jukey... Devious, honestly, she jams a lot like MRDA jammers. She uses her shoulders to create space, and then as soon as that gap is created, she bursts forward to take advantage of it.
I've been noticing that. And we have a timeout called by Crooked River.
So we were told the Tantrum Sandwich Station, it's a bit of a tongue twister, will be open until halftime of the next game. So go get yourself some delicious press sandwiches.
I highly recommend the PB Extreme.
Oh yeah, it's extreme.
It is extremely delicious, and I know that YouTube is tired of hearing me talk about it, but I cannot stress enough how delicious that was.
Ham, cheese, bacon, avocado on Cuban bread. That was mine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Rainstorm and Young. Back to Derby.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's Derby.
Oh, there's Derby.
Both teams with one blocker down. Noel for Duval back in the game.
Rainstorm able to get Lee Jammer using her angles to pry the tripod apart. Now on the apex, which is a Jammer's favorite place to attack a pack. Four points going up for Crooked River. Young on her scoring pass as well. Crooked River slowing her up. Able to use positional blocking as Rainstorm just says, get out of my way. I am coming through.
And we had a successful cover pass off to Taryn Spence for Duval.
Out of play block going to send Little Miss Perfect to the penalty box. So something that I was talking with either George or Corey about is the fact that I have not seen, so in WFTDA we've seen the long play come in for teams that are way down. So the key is get to 100 points, right? It doesn't even matter how much they beat us by. Get to 100 points. I am surprised that we haven't seen Crooked River start to run the jams a little longer like they did in that last one, just to get the points on the board. Lead jammer going to Olivia Glisson. Rosie the Riveter still in the pack. We've got another Crooked River blocker going to the box.
5 points on the board.
Little shift of the hip and regulating speed on the toe stop to get Glisson through for 5 more points. And some screening offense from Cantrell. 14-0 on that one.
And that takes Duval into the bicentennial mark at 203 to Crooked River's 57. Right now we got a Purple Warrior going up against Rainstorm. Crooked River down 1 blocker. And we have, with just under 14 minutes left in this game, I'm noticing both teams are getting a little more aggressive in their gameplay, a lot more heavy hits.
Yeah, it's kind of gone back and forth with that. Like, there have been some moments, depending on who's on the track, and now it seems like everyone is doing that. You're absolutely, which could explain what you had mentioned, that it felt like Crooked River was in the box more this half.
Exactly. In the first half, Duval seemed to be keeping the bench seats warm in the penalty box, but right now like, I can't back this up, but it seems like Crooked River is taking over for them in the penalty box, and that's just translating to more points for Duval.
Rainstorm having a heck of a time in the back with Evil Apple.
It is great to see Crooked River still putting so much fight into everything they do. From their walls to their jammers, endurance, everything. They are still in this game.
Yeah, I think they also have that thing in their head of get to 100, get to 100. You know, I don't know whether it's like the innate derby thing in you of like, no, we just want to score as many points as possible, or whether their coaches because their coaches are experienced derby players.
Exactly.
If they've been like, hey, no, seriously, get to 100. That's our goal.
Mm-hmm. And right now we have Elena Young out there for Duval going against Devious. Devious doing some blocking of her own against Young off of the jammer line.
Yeah,
now,
Devious posted up on her on that one.
Yeah. And to quote one of our fellow announcers, George, the Devious is relentless.
Mm-hmm.
You would think after this long weekend and after a game earlier that she would be tired. If she is not showing it.
Yeah. And number 20 going to the box from Duval for a low block.
Number 42 for Crooked River, Adrenaline Rush, joining her there. And Elena Young going to the penalty box for what looked like a track cut.
Clockwise block going to Cantrell. Gives Devious less people to have to contend with, which is probably exactly what she wants right now.
Absolutely.
And making quiet suggestions to the officials. And through, no pass, no penalty.
I would make, when I skated, I would make suggestions to the officials, but
I'm sure they were very polite and well thought out.
Oh, no. I invented a new system. It was called aggressive coaching, or passive-aggressive coaching. No, positive coaching. Yes.
I was going to say, all those things you said at first were
Nope.
not what you want.
Positive arguments. Whenever I get called out on a penalty, I would look at them, you're doing a great job, and I appreciate your effort.
Okay, that I can get down with that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't brain for a second. Cover pass. That's
So we do. Jam comes to a natural conclusion on that one.
A cover pass at the end off
Yeah.
to Slydia Throat. Called before anything could come of it.
3 points going on the board for Crooked River, none for Duval on that one. 217-60. We got an official review. I am guessing it's gonna be by blue. Thank you, Kill Trip.
Not that you're partial.
I just like saying hi to my friends. So when last year I officiated this tournament, so it's a little bit strange being behind the table and not sweaty in gear, and watching all my friends do all the reffy things. So
It's nice, isn't it?
yeah,
I
every
mean,
now and again.
if you're here and you're hungry, definitely get some of the merch and some of the baked goods, because that does help Tampa Roller Derby. And it may just be me, but I would love a lazy boy up here. I'm just saying, a lazy boy with a drink holder, maybe one of those.
I was gonna
like,
make a joke about you being the lazy boy, but
Oh, I am a lazy boy.
I was gonna say I'm like trying to be nice. I haven't called with you in a while. But yeah, you are correct. There is food. There are cupcakes behind us. And maybe, see, what I want is some of the coffee. It's probably cold, but I don't even care. Like, I just want some variety of caffeine. You can still buy drinks at the concession stand if you need some caffeine and you don't want the coffee. There are also, as we said, delicious press sandwiches. Annie and Slam look like they could use something to do. So support the tantrums and keep them busy. Woo! The Sea Sirens have custom hats that they have done graffiti art on, which I think that's super neat.
I've already got my custom Spring Break Swarm 2018. It is right behind you.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, because I'm fancy. All right, so current score is 217 Duval to 60 Crooked River. 10 minutes, 14 seconds left in the game. Right now we have Starry Skies with the jammer cover, and we have Chaos with the official review.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It's news has been delivered. So, thank you to our lovely alt-ref Base Invader for this game. So, Crooked River was asking that the forearm penalty be upgraded to an expulsion. Forearm penalty stands. Expulsion is not happening. They lose their official review.
All right.
And we've got Starry Skies going against. Is it Glisten? Yes, it's Glisten. She was bent over too much. I couldn't see. Couldn't see the number. Smushy Pack on the inside line, and just a little bump out by number 10, but she had position on everyone else. No pass, no point, no penalty, no lead. So Starry Skies is the lead jammer.
Oh, coming in hot off of turn 2. Goes into Brianna Page on the inside, gets taken back to turn 1.
Glisten is going to the penalty box. I didn't see the hand signal, so I don't know what happened, but I do know Starry Skies has lead jam and a power jam and an opportunity to have another multiple scoring pass.
And they are getting closer and closer to that 100-point mark as the game goes on.
And deciding to abandon ship and let someone else with fresh legs give it a try. Putting up 8 points.
Very impressive.
So that's good. Especially considering Starry Sky is typically a pivot. So when your relief jammer is given that opportunity and is successful with it, all wins. All wins.
All the wins. And we got Rainstorm out there for Crooked River. Gonna enjoy a power start at the beginning of this. Duval down, 1 blocker.
Yeah, you got Brawler, Knoll, and number 17, Spence out there for Duval. That is a difficult pack to deal with. And 413 Slitty a throat, too. Glisten slicing the seams. And Rainstorm is out for lead jammer.
Yeah, just powered right into that 3-person wall, and they were able to reform and recycle it really quick, holding her up.
I'm going to have a quick conference with the OPR real quick. Bob and Trax. So we always talk about the junior skaters that age out into adult leagues that play, but one of our gym refs here, Bob, has actually been officiating since he was 10, and he just, quote-unquote, aged out. He's 18 now. So I think that's super cool, too, that we're seeing officials that have been doing this for that long. And while I blinked, Devious got lead jammer.
Absolutely, got it over Purple Warrior.
Screen on the inside, some offense being thrown, putting up 4 points. I'm just gonna say, this is a situation I would have run it. You've got Devious out there, you've got a pack that understands how she likes offense. Even though you've got Purple Warrior, who is phenomenal and would probably keep up pass for pass, get some points on that board. You got 7 minutes left, it's 217 to 74.
That's true, but that is one of the few shutouts that Crooked River has gotten over Duval in this game so far.
You got number 37, Young, and Rainstorm up on this jam.
Speaking of junior officials, didn't you do a call yesterday with TIE Fighter?
TIE Fighter from Philadelphia, who's been in the game for 4 years. Yeah. Both jammers out just about the same time, but it's Rainstorm with the lead jammer designation. Young's gonna see what she can do with it. Young trying to call it, not aware that she's not lead. 2 points going up for Crooked River, 4 Duval. 221 to 76, just over 6 minutes left.
And Crooked River gonna be down 1 blocker on this jam. Glisten taking the line, going up against Devious for Crooked River. But with TIE Fighter, he's been officiating a long time. He's just recently started skating.
He's been skating about the same time as he's been officiating.
Like competitively or just officiating?
Yeah. No, he started officiating when he started playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just been on the All-Stars only a short amount of time.
Ah.
Yeah. And then announcing is new.
Because why not?
Yes. We got misconduct. I don't know if it was possibly a charging call being sending Devious to the box. So Glissen's going to have a power jam now. Duval choosing the tactic of get a goat and see what happens. Now coming in and crashing offense to get Glissen some room. And it works. Glissen very effective at using the momentum of blockers to her advantage.
Absolutely. Excellent blocking by Crooked River, taking her to the outside, bringing her back behind turn 2. Devious back with a vengeance and through the initial pass.
That was Lomas perfect with the assist on that one, throwing the screen. Devious saying, I got a point. Bob saying, no, you didn't. You got 2. 10-2 on that jam. 231-78. Slowly, we're getting towards the end here. 4 minutes left, and only 1 game left in Spring Break Swarm Weekend.
Sad face.
Sad. Womp womp.
Of course, I think the sad face goes to those officiating the games.
I think everyone's going to be happy to take their skates off and relax a little bit after.
Indeed.
After a successful weekend.
So it looked like Rainstorm thought that she had taken out Purple Warrior to bring her back, which is a tactic we've seen, but Purple Warrior was still in play. Did I miss something?
So I think what happened was Rainstorm pushed Purple Warrior forward into her own blockers, and her own blocker was the one that actually knocked her out of bounds.
Ah, she tried to trick Purple.
Yep. And Purple Warrior took a chance, and ongoing. I'm pretty sure that it was my own blocker and not the jammer that was the one who initiated the block to knock me out of bounds. Came back in behind them. She was fine. If she had come in front, she would have been cutting like 2 of her other players. So that was really where the trouble would have been. But everything was great for Duval on that one. Really smart heads-up play.
All right, we got Elena Young out there for Duval going up against Devious. Duval down 1 blocker. And Young with your lead jam for Duval.
Devious not far behind, dropping into that speed stance.
Just watching the crossover between 3 and 4, that was a lot of power she was putting into those strides.
Yeah, if it had not been called off, that would have been. It definitely would have had Duval testing how good they are at absorbing impact.
Agreed.
I was trying to say that in a proper way, like.
And we have Gracie Knoll out there jamming for the first time for Duval, going against Rainstorm.
And she shrugs off some blockers. Goes down hard. Gets back up and keeps on going. Rainstorm is lead jammer. Noah able finally to open the door, get through. A little bump out by number 17, Spence. 4 points going up for Crooked River, 1 for Duval.
All right, we have Purple Warrior taking the line for Duval, going up against Devious out there again. 1 minute, 12 seconds left in this game. Current score 223-82. Crooked River still grinding away to get to that century mark and doing a great job at it.
She I don't know if she just like shadow cat through the pack there. She just dipped her shoulder and all of a sudden was on the other side of the pack. It was really cool.
A magician never reveals their secrets.
Yeah, she sliced through those blockers at the perfect angle. Devious came through not too far after that. So I would not be surprised if we saw Purple Warrior just run this down. If they call it off at this point, both teams have timeout, so we'd probably see a timeout. Purple Warrior fighting against the back tripod. Direction going to 113. 113? 413. Devious kind of shaking her head going, this is hard, guys. I need to help you for a second. And period clock winds down to 0. Jam is called off the unofficial score after a 19-point jam, 255 to 82.
Excellent game by both sides. Devious showing that she is relentless up until the very end, pushing through. Excellent showing by Crooked River. And I hope to see them champs this year.
Yeah, we'll see how placements shake out after this tournament. And this is one of the later tournaments of the year. I'm not sure what the cutoff date is for champs. It's got to be. I know it's soon.
It is soon, but Crooked River has done a great job, so I think this weekend will benefit them.
It all depends. I know there are also junior games being played across the country at